What is going on, guys? In today's video, I will show you the best Smite of Divine Judgement build in Path of Exile 3.26. This build turns every hit into a screen-clearing explosion of lightning which is fueled by the power of the Smite, and the unique Divine Judgement sword which converts all of your physical damage into devastating elemental force. If you're using the Slayer's Ascendancy, you're not just hitting hard, you're practically unkillable. You'll get insane life leech, then also the overleech to keep you topped off even between fights, and then a full reflect immunity so you can go wild with a high lightning damage without worrying about the one-shots. If you are looking for this build's path of building, then click my link in the description. And before we continue, thanks to U4GM, they are a pro website that provides POV1 boosting, items and even currency with a cheap price and fast delivery. They have over 17,000 positive comments, and this website is really worth a try. So make sure to use my discount code KADE for extra 6% off. So let's start with an overview. The Smite of Divine Judgement Slayer build in 3.26 will focus on delivering fast-paced, high-impact melee combat with a strong emphasis on elemental scaling. You will be using the Smite as your main skill, striking enemies with the lightning-infused attacks, with additional lightning damage through its aura effect. The build takes full advantage of elemental penetration, the shock effects and critical strike synergy to melt both the packs and bosses alike. Offensively, we are all about stacking flat lightning damage, attack speed and the crit, while running powerful auras like the Herald of the Thunder and the Vaal Smite. Defensively, you are supported by high armor for determination, very strong leech mechanics and reliable sustain through the gear and Ascendancy. Then for gear, we will aim for a two-handed weapon with a high elemental DPS, ideally something with increased attack speed and the added lightning damage. Then for the passive tree, we will focus on elemental nodes, leech and the crit scaling, which makes the build both flexible and effective in deep endgame content. The passive tree focuses on elemental nodes, the leech and crit scaling, which makes the build both flexible and effective in deep endgame content. Now let's talk about leveling. Unlike other builds, with this setup we are right off the gate very fast, smooth and satisfying. Smite is available at level 1, which makes it our primary skill through the entire campaign. Then early on focus on grabbing the support gems like the Ancestral Call, added lightning damage, and even elemental damage with attacks that boost your clear and the single target damage. One of the first priorities is picking up a good two-handed weapon with a high physical or elemental damage, so look for a fast base with a flat lightning or physical to start scaling early, and as soon as you can start converting physical to elemental by using crafts and gems like physical to lightning and even the gear modifiers. During leveling, your passive tree should focus on attack speed, elemental damage, life leech, and even the life nodes to stay safe. Be sure to grab Resolution Technique early if you're not scaling the crit right away, as it will prevent frustrating pitfalls. Then also use the Herald of the Thunder and Wrath as soon as you unlock them, so you can juice your lightning damage even further. And for utility, use the movement skills like the Leap Slam or Dash linked with the faster attacks. And on top of this, consider running a Steel Skin or the Molten Shell setup with Determination later for defenses. Next up, when it comes to Ascendancy setup, we will start with the Bane of Legends, which will give you a huge boost to clear speed, and will instantly grant us an onslaught on a kill for faster movement and attacks. Then next, get the Headsman, which will ramp up your single target damage significantly, especially against bosses, while also improving the clear with more area of effect and bonus damage against trash mobs. Then third, pick up the Brutal Feather, which brings powerful defensive utility through the overleech, letting you maintain full life even in the thick of a combat. This sustain allows you to stay aggressive and reduce downtime, especially in the prolonged encounters. And then finally, to round out your Ascendancy, we will select the Warbringer, which will enhance your damage mitigation and crowd control through increased stun and the block effectiveness, making your character resilient against even the toughest enemies and bosses. Then for passive skill tree, we will prioritize nodes that boost physical damage, attack speed and life. By creating a solid balance between the offense and defense, we will extensively invest into the critical strike chance and the multipliers to maximize damage output, while also incorporating increased accuracy and evasion to boost its reliability and survivability. Our padding will include several key clusters that enhance melee damage, critical strikes and the life regeneration, by reflecting a focus on sustained combat effectiveness. In addition to the offensive nodes, we will carefully select nodes like increased life and resistances, by ensuring ensuring that our character can withstand significant amount of incoming damage. We also want to put emphasis on increased damage with the hits and critical strikes, along with the life leech and regeneration to improve the sustain during fights. The tree also incorporates nodes that synergize well with the melee skills by boosting both damage and survivability. Overall, this build skill tree is designed to create a high impact melee character that excels at delivering critical strikes while maintaining resilience through the life and defensive stats. Next up, when it comes to the skill gems, we will primarily use Smite, which benefits from numerous support gems that increase critical strike chance, damage and the attack speed by ensuring that each hit hits hard and frequently. We also got various auras and debuffs such as the Herald of the Ash and Precision to boost our overall damage and accuracy. Then movement skills like the leap or the shield charge are included for mobility, allowing quick repositioning, effective engagement or even to escape enemies. Then for our defenses, we are supported by the skill gems like Immortal Call linked with the cast when damage taken, which will provide temporarily invulnerability during critical moments. Additionally, utility gems like the Blood Rage will boost attack speed and life leech, and also contributing to the sustained damage and survivability. This setup also includes curses like the vulnerability or flammability to weaken enemies and increasing the damage taken from the attacks and the spells. With the combination of all these gems, we are focused on aggressive melee combat with critical strike chance supported by a mix of buffs, defensive skills and debuffs to maintain a very high damage output while staying durable in the tougher encounters. Next we have gear. For the weapons we typically want to go with a high physical damage one-handed sword or an axe, which can often be paired with a shield to boost defenses. We want them both for their increased critical strike chance, attack speed and the added physical damage, which will ensure the maximum damage output per hit. Also, armor pieces will focus heavily on boosting life, resistances and evasion on armor to provide a solid defensive foundation. Then also, unique items may be incorporated to grant additional bonuses like increased attack speed, critical multiplier, or life leech, which will enhance both offense and survivability. Then the helmet, gloves and boots will often have modifiers that increase damage, movement speed and the life regeneration by helping you to maintain pressure on the enemies while staying alive. The jewelry, such as the rings and amulets, are crafted or chosen to increase the critical strike chance, critical multiplier and the physical damage, alongside the life and resistances to improve the overall durability. Then flasks will play a crucial role by using a mix of defensive and offensive utility like the instant life recovery, increased armor and the critical strike chance or the damage buffs. Overall, our gear will synergize with the skill tree and the gems to create a powerful and fast-hitting melee character that is capable of doing both, so dealing and absorbing significant amount of damage. Next up we have our Mercenaries. Our setup is built around leveraging the Durianis and stacking negative lightning resistance through two specific rings, which will greatly amplify the lightning damage. To keep the Mercenary alive, Immortal Flesh is included, and it generally does the job well, as he survives most encounters without much trouble. If you're looking to add a bit of more value, then the Dying Breath is a decent addition. It will boost the power of auras like the Wrath and slightly increase the overall damage by offering a small but really good buff. Even if your budget is tight, then the setup is accessible and effective, which makes it a reliable choice for pushing content without needing top-tier investment. And now last but not least, let's go over the gameplay. When you play this build, your main focus is on using the Smite to deal fast critical strike melee damage. The Smite skill is great because it chains between enemies, so you want to stay mobile and close to packs to maximize your damage output. You'll want to start fights by moving quickly with the leap slam or the shield charge to get in the middle of the enemies and begin smashing them with the Smite. Then make sure your auras like the Precision and the Herald of Ash are active, as they will boost your critical strike chance, accuracy and the elemental damage, which makes you hit even stronger. You'll also want to use curses like the vulnerability and the flammability on the enemies to lower their defenses and increase the damage they take. During combat, your life leech from the Slayer's Ascendancy will help you to recover health as you hit enemies, so don't be afraid to stay aggressive. Use your defensive skills, especially the Immortal Call, to block incoming bursts of damage and survive dangerous situations. Then, as I've mentioned, flasks are also vital, so keep your life and the armor flasks ready to pop when the things get tough. And of course, use the offensive ones to boost your critical strike chance and the attack speed. Overall, your gameplay loop is to keep moving fast, hit hard with the Smite, use your defenses smartly, and maintain buffs and curses to crush enemies in seconds. So let me know what you think about this build in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous top 10 best builds video, where I showed even more powerful builds, so click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.